Hello friends, how are you? My name is Arun. Today I am going to discuss about finding factorial of x power n value using recursion. Yes, just I am taking x power n value, right? So I am taking x equal to say 2 and n equal to 5. That means I am trying to find 2 power 5 value, friend. So most of the people, everyone knows how to find factorial of a given number, x power n value using for loops like for loop, while loop, do while loop. But in this one I'm not using any loops, I'm using recursion. By using recursion I would like to find out x for n value, friends. So what is a recursion? One method will be there. If one method is calling same method once again, itself once again, again and again, then it is called a recursion. See, what we are doing is initially I'll take x value and n value. Then first I'll check n equal to 0 or not. If n equal to 0, directly simply I'll return 1, because anything anything power 0 is nothing but 1, friends. Okay. Else what I will do, I'll return x into, I'll call methods, same method once again, friends, like this. Assume that my method name is power. So I'll call x comma say n minus 1. Why I am taking n minus 1, friends? Because x into this one, say if you say here, I can write x power n equal to x into x power say n minus 1. You can take it, friends, you can write it. If you observe here clearly, it is equivalent to this one, x into power of x comma n minus 1. Then what will be happened, again I am calling power of x comma n minus 1, then it will check n minus 1 equal to 0 or not. If not, then I'll return x into power of x comma n minus 2. Till how many times it will call, friends? Till n equal to 0, friends. Once n equal to 0, I'll stop calling power method and simply I'll return 1. And finally I'll find out. So these production product of these numbers, like x values, friends. And internally stack, recursion uses stack one, right? Stack data structure. If you don't know about the stack data structure, please let me know in the comment section, friends. And once again, I'll explain about the stack data structure. Okay. So what will be happening, see here, in our case I have taken x equal to 2 and n equal to 5. Okay. Now x equal to 2 and n equal to say 5. First I'll check whether n equal to 0 or not. In our case, what is n value? 5 equal to 0, friends. It's not 0. Then what I will do, I'll return 5 into, sorry, 2 into say power of, what is that power? Like x comma n minus 1, I'll pass. What about x value, friends, here? X value is 2 comma n minus 1. What is n minus 1? N equal to 5. Now it will become, what is that? 4, friends. Okay. Now what I will do, again we are calling power of 2 comma, right? Then we have to store 2 into, it will store 2 into our stack. Okay, 2, friends. Then second time what will be happen? I'll check n equal to 0 or not. N equal to 0 or not? No, n equal to not 0. It is 4. 4 equal to 0. Then what I will do, friends? 2 into, again once again I'll call power method, say power of 2 comma 3, friends. Okay, I'll store this 2 into stack. Recursion internally stores these values into stack, friends. Okay, then take 2 here. Okay, then once again what will be happen, I'll call power of 2 comma 3. Then what is the n value? 3. 3 equal to 0 or not? No, it's not 0. Then what I will do, I'll return 2 into, then I'll call say power of 2 comma 2, friends. So in this case, what I will do, before calling power of 2 comma 2, I'll store 2 here, friends. I'll store 2 into 1 stack. Okay, and next time what will be happen, power of 2 n equal to what is that, 2 friends. So I am checking whether 2 equal to 0 or not. 2 equal to 0, then what I will do, I'll return say 2 into say power of say 2 comma 2 minus 1 1. Okay, now before calling power, I will store this 2 into stack 2 here. Okay, then once again what will be happened, I'll check, I'll call power of 2 comma 1. What about n value? N is 1, friends. So I'll check whether this n equal to 0 or not. No. Then again, once again, I'll call 2 into say power of 2 comma 0, friends. Okay. Then, sorry, 1 minute. Here 2 I missed here. 2 into, friends, this is. Okay. Then you have to store the store in, I mean, before calling power of 2 comma 0, then you have to store 2 into here, 2 in the stack here, friends. Then what I will do here, I'll check whether n equal to 0 or not. Yes, friends. In this case, what will be happen, I'll not call power method once again. I'll simply return 1 and I'll stop calling power method. So once if you return 1, then what will be happen, and it will find out what are the values, how many times 2's are there, 1 2 3 4 5 times. So first 2 into 2 and 4, 4 into 2 8, 8 into 2 16, 16 into 2 32 will be returned, friends. So 32 is the final result. This is the output, friends. In this way recursion will be implemented in finding x power n value, friends. So let me implement this program. Already I have taken one class, friends. The name of the class is called x power n, and in this I have taken one main method, and I am trying to create one object for scanner class. Why I am creating one object for scanner class? To get values from the, to read values from the keyboard, friends. And I am trying to display one message on the console. What is that? Enter x and n. What is x and n? X power n. If you want to find out x power n, you want x value and you want n value. Then I am trying to read x value and n value from the keyboard, friends. Then what I am doing here, simply I am taking one method here, power. Yeah, you have to pass x value and n value, and finally it will return one integer value or long value. That is your wish. So I'll return long value. So that's why I'll store the result into one long variable, friends. Okay. Let me create one method, power method, friends. So click on create method. Okay. Internally one private static method has been created. So I'll create my business logic here itself. I'll implement my logic in this method only, friends. And if you see here, whenever you are calling power of x comma n, this x value will be copied into this x, and whenever you are, I mean, this n value will be copied into this n, friends. So first what we are checking, friends, if n equal to 0 or not. Okay, initially we have to check n value. If n equal to 0, no need to do anything. Simply you can return 1, because anything to the power 0 is nothing but 1. So else what I am doing, friends, if n equal to 0, if n is not 0, then return x into, so again I am calling x power of x comma n minus 1. See, x power n equal to, you can write x into x power n minus 1, friends. So if you see, you can understand. That's it, friends. Logic is completed. It's very simple. So finally what will be happen? This power will be called how many times? Till n equal to 0. Till once n becomes 0, you will return 1. That means I'll stop calling power method. So finally values result will be available in the stack. So finally you'll get the result, friends. So let me display the value, system.out.println. Okay, then result equal to, result is available in L variable. So display L, prints. Let me execute whether my logic is working fine or not. Just what is x value? 2. And what about n value? 5, friends. So 2 power 5, how much, friends? 32. Let me take one more set of value. Just I am giving 5, 2, friends. 5 square, it's not 32, friends, 25. Okay, in this way, thanks a lot, friends. In this way, we can find x power n value using recursion. And next video, I'll take one more example for recursion and I'll try to explain, friends. And friends, still if you are having any issues, please let me know in the comment section. Definitely, I'll respond to your comment and I'll make separate video on that. Thanks a lot, friends. Thanks a lot for watching this video.